guess who got to see a fantabulous movie with Warner Brothers before the movie's release? Yours truly. So for this review, I promise you, there's no spoilers. However, what I do want to let you know, let's start from the top because I'm so excited about this. Alright. So let's start from the top. What? Too far? So the movie starts off about kind of basically explaining my childhood, right? So it all starts with once I begged my mom for a cat, but then I left the back door open one day and it ran away. Then I begged her for a hamster, but then I forgot to feed it for like a month. And so then maybe she said I could have a plant, so she bought me this itty bitty little... I'm sorry, am I getting off track? Look, it's my story, I'm gonna tell it the way that I want. Now that we flash forward over my childhood, right? Ugh, big whoop, typical Gotham gal, right? So now, we get over to it, I get to graduate. I become a doctor, right? And then, that's where I met him. My patient. I mean, I found the Joker's psyche disturbing, his dementia alarming, and his charm irresistible. What can I tell you? The guy just did it for me. He was the prince of crime and I was his queen or princess of crime, sort of, kinda, maybe. Listen, don't correct me. The point is, we cover my entire life story up until the point he decided he didn't want me anymore. But not that, you know, it matters because he's the one that's suffering and I'm going to kill you for every single time that you ever made me feel small or useless, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, we cover everything. My roller derby skills, by the way, I'm really pretty badass on them if you haven't seen me on my skates yet. But they cover just about everything, even when Puddin may have lost his temper because I caught the Batman. And yeah, ever since then I've been afraid of windows. It's weird. But you know, that's basically how the movie starts out. So it's a lot of fun. Second biggest thing about the film is the fight choreography. I'm not even kidding. I look super badass. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Wow, so let me talk about the fight choreography. It reminded me of Wonder Woman. Not the 85 one, and don't correct me on the year. Watching you. So it reminded me very similar to the fight choreography that you saw with Wonder Woman. Now here's the thing. Most people when they think of Harley Quinn, they're thinking, she's not much of a fighter. All she does is run with Joker. You know what I mean? Like she's not much of a fighter. But let me tell you, what you're seeing in the video games and what you see there's a nice little meetup in the middle. Especially, let me say, that bat though. She's a mean mama with that. So a lot of the fight choreography utilizes all of her skills of being a gymnast, being able to, I guess, from pole dancing. I would know that from personal experience. Don't you dare judge me, because you can't. But, however, the fight choreography is a lot of fun, and it looks good on everyone's part. That's the best part, too. So it's not just her. It's also the crossbow killer? Yeah, she looks pretty good, too, in her fight choreography. Although I do like how they introduce her, because, you know, she's trying to, like, get her thing down pat on like how to introduce herself to the world, because you know none of us really know who she is. So outside of the crossbow killer, we got the beautiful songstress bird. Yeah, I'll say how I want. However, when she breaks out her moves, you don't really see it coming, and then you start to kind of piece together, okay, this is how the whole squad kind of starts to get together. And it's kind of cool because you don't see it coming, but then you also see it coming. You're following them very carefully. Now, when it comes to when you're explaining everyone else's backstory, what are you looking at? The crossbow killer, you're looking at the, Tweety Bird over there singing in the corner. They kind of just explain everything very carefully without going too far in comparison to their past and how they pretty much got to where they are and how all of their lives come rolled into one. Now, for the hot piece that was in the theater, Rosie Perez. We're all very happy to see you. Also, by the way, your boobs look great in the film. They look absolutely great. Everyone was waiting to see them. I'm just sorry. I'm straight. I just thought someone should tell you. But on a serious note, though, they even had her character down. You're like, okay, there goes Montoya. Even her fight scenes, it fit her. It absolutely fit her. And every character was down to a T. You didn't really feel like, oh, that's really cheesy. Although I do have to say my favorite fight scene, though, is with a glitter gun. For those of you seeing it. Yeah, you'll see. But yes, the fight scenes were fun. They were dramatic. The slow motion didn't seem overdone. It didn't make me feel like, oh boy, okay, she's cool. You were involved in my moves. I'm just gonna say it. So, when it comes to the fight choreography, I gotta give it an A. Maybe just because it's me, but that's not the point. The point is, I look really great and so does everybody else. Oh, look at me. I'm Mr. J. I'm gonna complain about everything and only focus on Batsy. But anyways, the point is that to move the plot along, here's the fun part. So just to kind of, make things, set sure to, old boyfriend of mine, I just wanted to put in a small little message. The problem is, I didn't really understand at the time how that was really gonna affect my life and how that was really gonna move the plot along. So hear this, I decided to give him a public, just so he knows how I feel. You don't throw me out of anywhere. I made you. I've released you. Just letting you know, Puddin'. So I decided to give him a finger, because I'm done with clowns. So as the plot continues, ends up involving this poor little kid. She gets way too involved in people's lives, and she's making a lot of bad mistakes. I mean, I would know. But as the plot continues along the way, I spent most of my life kind of just, living on the Puddin's rules. No, everyone knows you don't touch Joker's girl. But, being off limits changes things, It's a rough day. So anyway, there's this kid that gets into trouble, right? So she's in there, she's got her hands in places that she really shouldn't be having them in. And basically everything now revolves around her and some money that we all would very much like. And I know. So I kind of agreed to the terms, so I can escape reality of some potential danger that I might be in. And I know, I make the freaking mistake. I bring the kid back to my place. Oh, what was I thinking? But I couldn't just leave her there. So the other best thing about the film is the fact that as you're following along, now granted, they do have a couple of flashbacks, but the flashbacks actually make sense. They're not just like, flashback. It's not none of that crap. However, as you're following the stories along, it feels like you're reading one of my comic books. Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like. And yeah, I may break the fourth wall every now and then, but that's not the point. The point is I'm telling my story and you're following along, aren't you? So I'm a great storyteller, in case if you haven't known. Now, as you're following the plot, it's a lot of fun. You're enjoying the great one-liners by yours truly. And as you're getting to know Crossbow Killer, I'm not letting that go. It's a really great name. I'm telling you, sis. It's a really good name. We all start to kind of come together because, there's some people here with mafia habits, particularly like to wear a mask, who doesn't seem to know how to be patient. I mean, you give a kid laxative and you think you just wait a minute, but no, he just can't wait. But the kid's got a stomach of steel. Like, who would have thought? But anyways, the point is, as we're following along with the plot, you're sitting there, you're enjoying it, right? And the next thing you know, Danvers could take a lesson. Yeah, I said it. Danvers can take a lesson on women empowerment, how that film rolls with it. It's amazing. You thought Wonder Woman was super badass. Wait till you see this. You see all these women, including the kid, right? You see them all coming together. Because of the fantabulous Harley Quinn. Just want to point that out to you. We're all coming together because Black Mask and all of his men seem to be having a little bit of an issue. It seems like it's weird because as women, we bleed once a month, and if I can be patient, I think you can calm down. But apparently, the tampon was too tight on him, but whoever. So, as this is all going on, we actually come together. We're doing our fighting. There's unity in the fighting together, as in duck! And it's safe! It's fine! You trust each other, because let me tell you, when you're fighting a group of people, you got your friends back, you gotta be able to trust each other, and that's super, super important. Now, the other thing is, I'm really good at outfit changes, just so in case, something for you to look forward to now in the film. Now, the other best part about the woman empowerment is that they all acknowledge each other for their weird, quirky things. Crossbow Killer, she's got a really bad temper. I'm sorry, correction. She doesn't have anger issues, but we love that chick anyway. So the point is, you see them, then you see where Canary's coming from. You finally get to see her use her powers, because the way they have it set up, you're sitting there waiting for it. You're absolutely just waiting for it, and when she finally does it, you are absolutely thrilled, and it is perfect. Then I get to use my roller derby skills, which is perfect here, which you guys do see in the trailer, but you don't know why you see it. So, the woman empowerment is very strong in the film, but it didn't feel like it was shoved down everyone's throat. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to kill Puddin' too, but that's not the point. The point is I don't force an idea down people's throats. I let them think for themselves, even if it's wrong. But, just saying. But the women empowerment is done so well, and the poses are poses at the end. Super comic book, very fun, but also not like, people in the face kind of go, oh God, look, it's the woman's thing. It's a movie about the birds of prey, which by the way, Siren should be coming out soon, as a hint, Warner Brothers. But the point is, the women empowerment is a lot of fun. You actually feel like the characters are relatable. Every group of girls know one girl who's like laid back, cool, a little bit more like, I guess a smart one other group, and she's calm, but she can kick ass. Then you also have the girl with rage issues. Then you got the girl who's underappreciated. Because, every cop that goes underappreciated, that's when they get work done. But that's not the point. And then you also have the impressionable one, who I like to kind of call little mini-me. You'll see why. But yeah, it's a group of us coming together. How beautiful is that? And it comes together smoothly. It's not like, in your face, and that's the best part. I found everything absolutely relatable. Besides being in it, but that's not the point. Now for my favorite scenes. When you go see this film, this is the scene you gotta look for. Oh my God, I need that gun in my life. I really do. It's full of surprises. Lots of glitter, color, without harming people. Just, enough to make them fear you and run. My other favorite scene? So, she's in the prison, right? And she's doing a fight. She finds a good old bat. And let me tell you, the things that she does with that bat is what made me do this. I was in video game mode. I'm not kidding. The moves were great and fantastic. At least until she loses the bat, but that's not the point. The point is, that's Harley's main thing. So, that was one of my other favorite scenes. The other things that I liked was the fun jokes, especially when, you start to understand that some of Harley's attire is sexy and bulletproof. Shout out to you, Rosie Perez. But the other favorite scene that I loved was the introduction to Canary's finally singing. I mean, took with that Tweety Bird forever. But anyways, the point is, it was fantastic. It led up to a distinct moment when they needed it most. And I'm trying so hard, not to give out spoilers, not to tell everything. But let me tell you, when I walked out of that movie, I was super excited. I also got a t-shirt. Did I tell you guys that? I got a t-shirt. I'm sorry, I'm trying to stay on track. Are you kidding me? The official shirt! I was willing to fight for this t-shirt, and I'm really glad that the people around me understood that I really wanted the t-shirt real badly. And congrats to the woman. I caught a t-shirt for someone else too. See, I don't only think about myself. Duh. Telling me that I'm the asshole everyone hates. That's a lot of nerve, Canary. Anyways, the point is, the other part that was my favorite part of the film, and I'm not gonna lie, it's because it really hit here for me. Harley's love for food. Because the look that she gives Margot Robbie, I'm telling you, you nailed it. You really nailed it. That's how I feel, and that's how I look at food. It's my true number one love in life, so I'm there for you. Thank you, Margot Robbie, for sharing that, because I actually have tears in my eyes, and that's how I feel about the exact same piece of food. I get so excited. Just give me a minute.
When do you have time to do an outfit change?
Anyways, the point is, the other thing that I enjoyed about the film was the acting. Margot Robbie, she brought Harley Quinn to life. And we saw Black Canary. That was really Canary. There was no question about it. And then, Crossbow Killer, I'm sticking to it. Although I do have to admit, Huntress does sound like a pretty badass name too. But everyone brought everything to life. You were there with Renee Montoya. I mean, you were there as her entire police career is falling apart. And some dope dude decide they want to take her credit for things, Pretty typical of men, right? Huh? But anyways, and just as a side note, a lot of Mr. J's ideas were mine, including catching Batman. He's just jealous that I was the only one that caught him. But anyways, the point is, everyone's acting was on par. And let me tell you, Ewan McGregor, as Black Mask, I don't think I've ever laughed so hard. I mean, besides I laughing at my own jokes, but that's not the point. The point is, he was hilarious. He was an emotional mafia brat in his own weird way, and it worked. It didn't make anything weird whatsoever. And I gotta give him props for it. I really gotta do it. Everyone was on board, down to the kid, down to Montoya, even down to me, you know what I mean? Everyone, including all the people who apparently don't know how to let things go. I mean, sometimes you just gotta let it go. Put on a blonde wig and put on a blue dress and just let it go. I'm just saying. But the point is, everyone's acting was great. And the best part about the film is, you can tell that they're having fun. It is DC bringing their cartoons, which by the way, their animations are fantastic. If you haven't seen it, you should start watching. But the point is, when you watch their animations, you fall in love with the storylines. And that's what they do here. You fall in love with the storyline. You have a lot of fun with the storyline. You could tell that they're taking themselves seriously and not seriously all at the same time without it feeling awkward. No one likes anything feeling awkward. I'm just telling you. However, that's one of the best parts about it. Mr. J and I always had these problems with technology. It's weird because there was this one time we had this issue with the camera, but then he was trying to backstab me for this little girl because she could hypnotize people. But anyway, we're off on topic. The point is, everything was great. The fight choreography was on point. It was a lot of fun. You were there for the moment. And I won't lie, there were a couple of times even I cringed. I was like, oh, that's gotta hurt. But the point is, it was a lot of fun. The actors were amazing. They brought the characters to life. And let me tell you, comic book characters are the most complex people on the planet. They're just complex. And it's hard to do, Brucey and Betsy. You can't do both. Then, at least with Joker, I mean, you could be kind of a little bit out of your mind, but, I'm not out of my mind. I'm just different. You know what I mean? And if you look over at Pamela Isley, she's great. She's great. She's a very strong environmentalist. And these are not characters you could just simply just become. You don't just hire any random actor to play these comic book characters. My friends are all looking at this video going, oh, I know who she's talking about. So, but that's not the point. The point is the actors actually fit the role and they knew what they were doing. They brought the character to life. I didn't question it. There was not a single scene where I'm sitting there going, oh boy, oh my God. Hey, can you pass me the popcorn? It was free, thanks. I'm tired of looking at this. Oh, goody. Harley. It wasn't anything like that. I was there from start to finish. The plot is smooth. Everything has a beginning and it has a definitive end. So if they didn't make any more, you'd be like, okay, it's ended. And that's okay. Although I'm expecting to see the sirens. Just saying. But you know, the film has its beginning and its end. And it's perfect. It is absolutely perfect. Hopefully for the sirens, you know, for Selena Kyle and Pamela Isley, but whatever. But the point is, it's a lot of fun. If you're looking for a fun, action-packed film, if you're looking for something that kind of gives you, dare I say it, a Deadpool kind of feel, I'm gonna have to say it because I love Deadpool. I also love, if anyone doesn't know, Ryan is my husband. And if you guys could just notify him that we're married, that would be really great. But the point is, you know, it's great. Hey, just so you know, we're the greatest romance story everyone has ever wanted. Harley Quinn and Deadpool. Just think we sound really good together. By the way, our clothes will always match. But the point is, the movie is great. It's a lot of fun. It's worth every penny. And you don't see everything in the trailer in the movie. Everything starts to make sense. Now, for the YouTubers who was taking things apart, a couple of them hit a couple of points home. And I'll give it to them. I was like, yeah, I can see that. But the movie's a lot of fun. And the best part is, at the end, you follow the journey of woman empowerment without feeling weird. And I would know because I was the only girl sitting in there. By the way, I also want to raise a point. One of the things that Harley Quinn said was also the fact that if you want boys to take you seriously, sometimes violence is the answer. So, you know, when boys are bothering you, just saying. Mike, don't you dare hit my arm again. I'm just simply saying. But I'm just pointing everything out as it is. The movie was a lot of fun. I hope you guys are going to run out to go see. If you're not at the theaters right now watching it at midnight, because that's where I really want to be right now because I'm willing to spend money. I'm going to repeat that for you. Give me a second. I saw the movie for free with Warner Brothers. Got some cool stuff. Had the makeup. They had Harley Quinn cosplayers. They had the full cast there. And I'm still gonna spend money to go watch the movie again because I think it's that absolutely amazing. So please tell me you're gonna be there to go watch it. Also, you should watch everything else with Harley in it. Just pointing out. And for those of you lovely ladies who are done with clowns, if you like my t-shirt, feel free to check inside the description. I know I look awesome. I'm so proud of it. Listen. You like the shirt, you like my show, stick to it. Because if you don't like it, I think you should tune into my next show where it's animals attack people I hate. It's a comedy. Oh, one more thing. I know I said no spoilers, but if you stay till past the credits, you actually find out that Batman